Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 1985 season in Season Ticket Baseball. Tonight we are live at Shea Stadium for a National League East matchup between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. The Mets come into this game with a record of, let me maximize my standings here. Mets come in with a record of 58 and 49. So they are eligible as of now for the playoffs, whereas the Cubs are 49 and 56. They are running out of time to get some wins together. We'll see what Season Ticket has to say about their chances to put some wins together. Based on history, though, history says nothing good because the Mets historically won this game 8-3. But as usual, we will see what Season Ticket has to say about that. We're expecting a sellout here tonight at Shea Stadium, so let's jump right in and get into this one as fans are still filing in here. Starting pitcher for the New York Mets tonight is Dwight Gooden. 24-4 with a 1.53 ERA, 276 and 2/3 innings pitched, 268 strikeouts, 69 walks, and 13 homers in 1985. While the rest of the Mets get loose behind Gooden, we will take our first look at the Cubs starting lineup. Leading off tonight, we've got Bob Dernier in center field. Davey Lopes is in left field. Ryne Sandberg is at second base. Leon Durham is at first base. Keith Moreland is in right field. Jody Davis is catching. Chris Spear is at third base. Larry Bow is at shortstop. And the starting pitcher, Ray Fontenot, of course, gets a pitcher batting card. And that is the lineup Gooden is charged with keeping in check tonight. And leading off for the Cubs, we've got Bob Dernier. 254 average, 1 home run, 21 RBIs in 85. We are using blue, white, and orange dice tonight. Mets are the home team. Cubs hoping to get some wins to get back into the playoff race. Mets hoping to give themselves a little bit more breathing room as they're chasing the Expos. Currently, the Mets hold the 5 seed right now. So if the playoffs were to start today, they would host the first of 2 wildcard games in the National League. But will the Mets get another win, get some breathing room, or will the Cubs try to start to get back in this race? Only the dice know what's going to happen, and in order to find out what the dice know, we need to go to the first pitch. So here we go. We will start off with a 376. And a 376 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Grabbing that one for the Mets is going to be Gardenhire. He will make that play. That is the first out of the inning, and we are underway here at Shea Stadium. Davey Lopes, now the batter for the Cubs. 284 average, 11 home runs, 44 RBI in 85. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set. Here's the windup. And here comes the pitch. That is a 569. That's going to be hit to Gardenhire. And Gardenhire is going to boot that one. Lopes will be safe on the E6. Mets will go to double play depth as Ryne Sandberg steps into the batter's box. 305 average, 26 home runs, 83 RBI in 85. The Cubs aren't going to do anything cute here. Sandberg's got pretty good power. Actually, could they try to run here? No. They're going to let Sandberg swing away. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 3-0-2. And a 3-0-2. Sandberg's going to get frozen by a slider for strike 3 that catches the outside corner. 2 outs in the inning. Sandberg looking at the umpire saying, hey, that pitch was out of bounds. The umpire says, no, you're out of bounds. You're also out. Go sit. Leon Durham, now the batter for the Cubs. 282 average, 21 home runs, 75 RBI in 85. Gooden looking in at Carter for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 651, that'll send us over to Shea Stadium. And 651 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Grabbing that one is going to be Backman. He will throw that over to Gardenhire at short, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except for the walk for the Cubs. Score is now Chicago 0, New York coming to bat. Starting pitcher for the Chicago Cubs tonight is Ray Fontenot. 6-10 with a 4.36 ERA, 154 and 2/3 innings pitched, 70 strikeouts, 45 walks, 23 home runs in 85. While the rest of the Cubs get loose behind Fontenot, we will take our first look at the Mets starting lineup. Leading off tonight, we've got Wally Backman at second base, Tom Paciorek is in right field, Keith Hernandez is at first base, Gary Carter's catching, Darryl Strawberry is in center field, George Foster's in left field, Ray Knight is at third base, Ron Gardenhire is at shortstop, and Dwight Gooden, the starting pitcher, gets a pitcher batting card. And that's the lineup Fontenot is charged with keeping in check tonight. Leading off for the Mets tonight is Wally Backman. 273 average, 1 home run, 38 RBI in 85. As usual, I will see you guys at the top of the second. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. With a 340. And a 340 is going to be a base hit on the infield for Backman. He will have a leadoff single. Cubs infield will go to double play depth, and here's Tom Paciorek. 284 average, 1 home run, 11 RBI, and 85. Backman, could they try to run here? That seems like a bad idea against Fontenot, who's really good going to first. Actually, he's really good on pickoff. I think Backman will hold. Instead, the Mets are going to try a hit and run, see if they can get an early runner over to third. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 520. Over to Davis, 520. Paciorek's going to get frozen by a slider on the inside corner for strike 3, out number 1. Keith Hernandez, now the batter. 309 average, 10 home runs, 91 RBIs in 85. They're not going to do a hit and run here, and Hernandez is a terrible bunter, so Hernandez is going to swing away. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis, and he will pitch. With a 492, that could be trouble against a lefty, 492. That's going to be a fly ball into center field. Dernier will get to that one. He'll make the catch easily, maybe ranging in slightly for that one. That'll be out number 2. Two outs, and Gary Carter is now the batter. 281 average, 32 home runs, 100 RBI in 85. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 400 even. And a 400 even is going to be a 2-out walk for Carter, as Fontenot loses control of a changeup for ball 4, and he will work a 2-out walk out of the at-bat. That'll bring up Darryl Strawberry. 277 average, 29 home runs, 79 RBI in 85. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 289 against a lefty, 289. Uh-oh. Strawberry thinks he's got a hold of one. That is deep to right field. Strawberry has got a power of a 9. Does he give the Mets the lead with one swing of the bat? No! Strawberry's going to get under that one just enough. He'll lift that into right field. Going back to the track for that one is Moreland. He's back to the track, back to the wall. He leaps on the wall, And he makes a spectacular catch. What a play by Moreland to take away 3 runs, and that will retire the side. Stadium barfs. Blah! Single and a walk, but the Mets get nothing out of that other than a very deep fly ball by Strawberry, as we are scoreless after 1. Strawberry goes back, slamming his bat in frustration. He knows he got under that one. The Mets should be up 3-0 right now, but Strawberry got under it just enough, and it dies out in left field. It dies out in right field, I should say. I'm rambly tonight. Top of the second, we'll bring the middle of the Cubs order to the bat. Here's Keith Moreland. 307 average, 14 home runs, 106 RBI, and 85. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will wind up. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. That is a 285 against a righty. 285. Uh-oh. Moreland thinks he's got a hold of one now. That one's deep to center field. Moreland's only got a power of a 5, though. Does Moreland give the Cubs the lead with one swing of his bat? It won't be the lead, but it will be a leadoff base hit as that ball will drop. That ball will drop in front of Strawberry for a leadoff single. The infield will go to double play depth as Jody Davis steps into the batter's box. 232 average, 17 home runs, 58 RBI, and 85. Davis has got decent power. He's going to swing away. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 436 against a righty. 436 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Gardenhire grabs that one. He will turn, fire that over to Backman at second. Backman makes the pivot to Hernandez at first. It is in time. That is a 4-6-3 inning-crushing double play. It's not quite over yet, but it might as well be. Stadium cheers. Yay! As the Mets turn a big double play that promises to all but derail the Cubs' inning, here's Chris Spear. 243 average, 4 home runs, 24 RBI, and 85. Gooden gets the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 373. And a 373 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Grabbing that one is going to be his counterpart, Knight. Knight will make the play over to first, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single for the Cubs as we get set for the bottom of the second. Still no score. Mets trying to pick up some breathing room in the wild card race. Cubs need to get some wins to get back in it. As of now, the Mets would host the first wild card game. Stepping into the batter's box for the Mets in the bottom of the second, George Foster. 263 average, 21 homers, 77 RBI, and 85. Fontenot gets the sign from Carter. He will set, and here's the pitch. With a 503, that'll send us for a rare play. So let's see what we're getting up to on a rare play. That is a 343. 343 says, batter safe on a throwing error by the pitcher. All runners advance 2 bases. So that'll be so that's an E1. Now how do I end up putting a runner at second base on a 2-base error? Oh, here we go. So looks like we just do E1 star star. Let's make sure this works. Okay, I gotta go to a command here because I want to end up with the runner at second base. Okay, so it looks, I think we want to go, let's try runner advances R1. There we go. Okay, so we got to the right place there. So a very costly error by the Cubs. We'll find out how costly it is as Foster's at second, and Ray Knight is now the batter. .218 average, 6 home runs, 36 RBI, and 85. Foster now in scoring position. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and here's the pitch. That is a .255 against a righty at .255. Is going to be a .585, so that'll be over to center fielder Dernier, and that'll be a fly ball right to him. It'll be deep enough, though. Dernier will make the catch, but it will be enough for Foster to make it to third. One out, and now the infield is going to have to play in, as Ron Gardenhire is now the batter. 179 average, no home runs, and 2 RBI in 85. Fontenot gets the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a .253 against a righty. The .253 is going to be a .583, and that's going to send us right back to the center fielder Dernier. .583 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Once again, Dernier will get under that one. He will make the catch for the second out of the inning, but here comes Foster to the plate. Dernier with the throw, and it's going to be cut off. The Mets will take the lead. 1-0 Mets on the sacrifice fly. Stadium cheers. Yay! As Gardenhire gets the run home, here's Dwight Gooden on the pitcher batting card. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a .321 based on a contact rating of a 3.21. Gooden's going to swing through the high heat for strike 3. That will retire the side. 1 run on an error and a sacrifice fly by the Mets. Score is now 1-0 Mets after 2. The Mets managed to draw first blood in this one. Stopping over with chat. And leading off the top of the third is Larry Boa. .246 average, no home runs, and 13 RBI in 85. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and here comes the pitch. With a 190. And a 190 is going to be a wild pitch. Ball 1. This time it is a .511, so that'll be a ground ball right back to Gooden. Gooden will have no trouble with that one. He'll take it on the hop. He'll throw that over to Backman at first, or Hernandez at first, for the first out of the inning. Ray Fontenot now steps into the batter's box with his own pitcher batting card. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a .339 based on a contact rating of a 1. .339. Fontenot is going to swing through a slider for strike 3, out number 2. As Gooden gets Fontenot to go chasing, and here's Dernier. Dernier tonight is 0 for 1. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a .684. That sounds like it's going to extend the inning. And that'll be a base hit by Dernier. I don't know if it's Dernier or Dernier. Dernier seems a little bit more likely, though. I don't know what my French is very old. Here's Lopes. Lopes reached on an error by Gardenhire. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set. Here's the pitch. That is a .393. And a .393 is going to be a base hit for Lopes, and the inning will continue. We should end up with Dernier at second, Lopes at first. Right? Yes. Sandberg, now the batter with 2 outs. Sandberg struck out looking his first time up, though. Fans at Shea Stadium are on their feet, hoping for a big-time pitch. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. That is a 552. That'll be over to third base. Third baseman for the Mets is Knight. And that'll be a ground ball right to Knight. He will pick that one up. He'll throw that over to first across the diamond. And that will retire the side. 2 hits, but the Cubs get nothing out of it as we remain at 1-0 New York heading into the bottom of the third. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little bit of Thursday evening action here with season ticket baseball. Just going to check my timer because it is a Thursday night, so I am running laundry as well, of course. Bottom of the third, we'll bring the top of the Mets order back to the plate. Here's Backman. Backman has a single his first time up. Fontenot gets the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 418. Against the lefty, a 418 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Moreland will get under that one for the Cubs. He'll range in for that one slightly, but he'll make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Pachiorek steps into the batter's box. Pachiorek struck out his first time up. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 5-10. That'll be right back to Fontenot. He'll take that. That'll be hit hard enough to Fontenot. He'll get off the mound slightly, but he will throw that over to Durham at first for the second out of the inning. Two outs, and here's Hernandez. Hernandez is 0 for 1. Fontenot gets the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is, I'm going to re-roll that, because that was cocked. That's a 395. And a 395 is going to be a base hit for Hernandez. That will continue the inning. Two outs, Hernandez on first, and Carter's the batter. Carter has a walk tonight. Fontenot gets the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 425 against the lefty. 425 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Bowl will grab that one. He'll throw it over to Sandberg at second, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the hit for the Mets. Score is now 1-0 Mets after 3. Top of the fourth, we'll bring the middle of the Cubs order up. Here's Durham. Durham tonight is 0 for 1. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. Fans at Shea Stadium liking what they see, but they'd like to see some more runs. Gooden will set, and he will pitch. That is a 180. And a 180 is going to be a leadoff walk for Durham. Infield will go to double play depth, and here's Moreland. Moreland has a single from his first time up. Durham, not really much of a threat to steal. He will hold it. Moreland's got decent power, so they're not going to do a hit and run here. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 151. And a 151. Moreland's going to swing through the high heat for strike 3. That is out number 1. Davis, now the batter with 1 out in the inning. Davis hit into a double play in the second, which effectively derailed that inning. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set. He will pitch. That is a 436 against a righty, a 436. Davis is going to ground that over to Gardenhire. Gardenhire fires that over to Backman at second. Backman makes the pivot over to Hernandez at first. It is in time, and Davis does it again. He hits into a 6-4-3. This time it is an inning-ending double play. Stadium cheers. Yay! As the Cubs get nothing out of the inning once again. Bottom of the fourth brings us to the middle of the Mets order as well. Here's Strawberry. Strawberry's 0 for 1 tonight. He had a long fly ball die out there when he was going to try to give the Mets a big lead to start this game. Fontenot gets the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 113. 113 is going to be a ground ball right back to Fontenot. He will fire that over to Durham at first for out number 1. One out in the inning, and the batter now is Foster. Foster reached on an error and scored the only run so far of the game. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 488 against a lefty. 488 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Moving under that one, moving back for that one is Dernier. He will make the catch, and that'll be out number 2. Knight, now the batter. Knight flew out his first time up. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 349, and a 349 is going to be popped up on the infield. Durham will get under that one at first base. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. For the first time all game, 1-2-3, go the Mets here in the bottom of the fourth. Score remains 1-0 Mets after 4. And I just realized that, I got to go P3, right. Okay, now while Digital Diamond catches up after I'm done being an idiot, I just realized I don't have my ticker dice ready. So hold on while I fish my ticker dice out. There we go. Okay. I just saw something in my email. Let me make sure it's not urgent. I don't think it is. Bear with me a second while I pop up my email. I'm going to make sure. I thought I saw an email notification. I want to make sure it's not urgent. Like I said, it didn't look urgent, but I'd rather make sure. Okay, never mind. I think I was just being a little bit overly paranoid. But now that we've got all that sorted out, now we can come back to business here in the top of the fifth. As we're looking at the bottom of the Cubs order, here's Spear. Spear tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. Gooden gets the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 122. That'll turn into a 322. And Spear gets frozen by a slider for strike 3 as it catches the inside corner. That'll be out number 1. Boa, now the batter. Boa grounded out his first time up. Gooden gets the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 471 against a righty. 471. Boa's going to get one into the gap, and that's going to be a triple for Boa. The infield will play in. Here's Fontenot. Fontenot today is 0 for 1. Looking at Boa, we'll look at the infield. 1, 2, 0, 1. Boa is going on contact. Question is, can Fontenot help his own cause? Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 224. And let's make sure priority doesn't take contact. Okay, so never mind. All right, so 224 against a lefty. That'll be a ground ball right back to Gooden. So the throw is going to come to the plate. Gooden has got an arm of a 3, Boa with a speed of 4. Gooden's got, who would be challenging in this case? I think the challenge here is based on, I'm just going to double check this, but I think the challenge here would be based on the pitcher trying to beat the runner's speed. They get the out at home by challenging the speed with the fielder's arm. Okay. So Gooden's got to beat a 14 here to get Boa at the plate. He's got a 3, and Gooden is easily going to beat it as Boa breaks for the plate. But here comes the throw, and Boa has no chance. He's going to try to slide in, but he will be out at the plate. Stadium cheers. Yay! As Boa is going to be thrown out, Fontenot will reach on the fielder's choice. 2 outs in the inning. And here's Dernier. Dernier is 1 for 2. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 261 against a righty at 261. Dernier is going to swing through the high heat for strike 3. That will retire the side. And the Cubs get nothing out of a 1-out triple. Score remains 1-0 Mets as we get set for the bottom of the 5th. As Fontenot tries to help out his own cause, but Boa gets thrown out at the plate. I'm just going to check my laundry timer real quick. Okay, things are still moving along quite nicely there. I'll stop in and check in with chat. Leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Mets, we've got the bottom of their order. Here's Gardenhire. Gardenhire is 0 for 1, but he drove in the only Mets run so far with a sac fly. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and here comes the pitch. Oh boy, that's a 689, that's a 699, and Gardenhire is going to lead off with a walk. And that'll be the first point of pitcher fatigue already against Fontenot, because he's only got 4 innings worth of stamina. Batter now is Gooden. Gooden tonight is 0 for 1. Looking at his bunt rating, I think they are going to have Gooden lay down the bunt. And the infield, let's see, the corners are going to come in expecting the bunt. Corners will come in expecting the bunt. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. All right, so a 7 plus 10 is a 17. That's going to be a bit of a suspect bunt. 17 is going to be a possible fielder's choice. So that's bunted back to the pitcher. Unforced runners hold. Defense may take the automatic out at first or challenge any forced runner's speed. His arm is a 2 against Gardenhire's speed of a 3. I think Fontenot is going to challenge Gardenhire's speed, actually. He needs to beat a 13 here to get Gardenhire. Fontenot, cat-like off the mound. He'll pick that bunt up, turn around, throw that over to Gardenhire. So that'll be the first out of the inning. as Gooden will reach on the fielder's choice. The infield will go back to double play depth. And here's Backman. Backman is 1 for 2. Gooden, not really a threat to do much on the base paths. He will hold. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 475, Backman against a lefty with a 475. Backman's going to come through. He's going to get that one into the gap. That's going to be a triple, and that will help the Mets' cause, as Gooden will come around to score. Gooden will score. Backman will end up at third. 2-0 Mets. Stadium cheers. Yay! The infield has got to play in again. That's the second point of fatigue against Fontenot. Here's Pacioretty. Pacioretty is 0 for 2. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 604. That'll turn into a 624 because of fatigue. And that'll be popped up on the infield. Getting under that at second base is Sandberg, ranging to his left. He will make that catch, and that will be out number 2. Hernandez, now the batter. Hernandez is 1 for 2. Fontenot gets the sign from Davis as Backman waits off a third. Fontenot will set, and he will pitch. That is a 245 against a lefty. 245 is going to be a 585, and that'll be Dernier. That'll be a fly ball into center field. Dernier getting under that one, going back for that one slightly, but he will make the catch, and that will retire the side. One run on one hit and a walk, and the Mets now have a 2-0 lead after 5. Just checking in with chat. I'm going to check my laundry timer as well. Things are still moving along there, so we'll let that go. Probably the next half inning, we'll have to go grab laundry. Leading off the top of the 6th, we've got Lopes. Lopes tonight is 1 for 1 with a single, and he reached on an error by Gardenhire back in the 1st. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That will be a 335, and a 335. Lopes will lead off the inning with a base hit on the infield. The infield will go, not one out, the infield will go to double play depth, and here's Sandberg. Sandberg is 0 for 2 tonight. Lopes, they may try to have him get the jump, actually. The Cubs need to get some runs here. So Lopes is going to try to get the jump on Gooden. He's got to beat a 13 to get the jump. And no, Lopes won't get the jump. He will hold. Gooden will now get the sign from Carter as he turns to deal with Sandberg. Gooden will set, and he will pitch. That is a 302. And Sandberg's going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3, out number 1. Sandberg not having a good night at the plate. 1 out, and here's Durham. Durham tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. He is going to grip it and rip it. Lopes will try again to get the jump. And Lopes still not able to get the jump. So he will hold once again at second base. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 404 against a righty. 404. Durham's going to get frozen by a curveball for strike 3. That is out number 2. Curveball catches the outside corner as Durham can't believe it. 2 outs, and here's Moreland. Moreland is 1 for 2. Lopes now going to stay put. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set. He will pitch. With a 539. Uh-oh, that could be trouble. That's hit over to Hernandez. 539 is going to be a base hit into right field. Lopes could try to stretch that over to third base, as he's got a right fielder with an arm of 1. Lopes is going to try to stretch that. He's got to beat an 11 over to third, and he's already got a speed of a 9. And that throws... Lopes is going to get in there standing up. There won't even be a throw on that one. As the inning continues, the batter now is Davis, as we got runners at the corners with 2 outs. Davis, though, is hit into 2 double plays tonight. He won't have that worry this inning, though, as there are 2 outs in the inning. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set. He will pitch. With a 3-13 and a 3-13, Davis swings through a curveball for strike 3. That will retire the side. 2 hits, but the Cubs can't do anything with it as we get set for the bottom of the 6th. Stadium sighs. Phew. Runners at the corners, always a scary situation if you're the defensive team. And I'm just going to check my timer real quick. Yep. My first laundry timer just went off, so I will take a small break while I go get that. Top of the 6th coming up, actually bottom of the 6th coming up, and we'll see the middle of the Mets order. Here's Carter. Carter tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. We'll get some activity in the Cubs bullpen as starting to get loose for the Cubs. Let's see, they're looking at a whole mess of righties. What do the Cubs want here? I think they want long relief, so they're going to get Larry Sorensen warming up in the Cubs bullpen. Fontenot trying to hold this game down. He will get the sign from Davis. Fontenot will set, and he will pitch. That'll be a 3-15, and a 3-15 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Moreland will get under that one for the Cubs. Ranging in for that one, He will make that catch on the run slightly, and that'll be out number 1. Strawberry, now the batter. Strawberry's 0 for 2, but he had a long fly ball back in the first. Fontenot gets the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. 692. Uh-oh, that's going to be a 712. And Strawberry thinks he's got a hold of one. That is deep to center field. Strawberry has got a power of a 9. Can he extend this Mets lead? Strawberry's going to get under that one into center field. Dernier is going to get to that one. He'll be back to the track, but that's where the ball is going to die, and it'll fall into Dernier's glove for out number 2. Stadium groans. Ugh. Foster, now the batter. Foster is 0 for 1. He reached on an error and scored the first run for the Mets. Fontenot will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 641. That'll turn into a 661. And that's going to be a ground ball over to short. Boa ranging to his left to get that one. He will make the play over to first, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets here in the bottom of the 6th. Score remains 2-0 New York after 6. The Cubs are keeping it close tonight, but their offense needs to give Fontenot a little bit of help. Top of the 7th, we'll see the bottom of the Cubs order due up. Here's Spear. Spear tonight is 0 for 2. Gooden still pitching very well tonight. He will get the sign from Carter. He will set. He will pitch. With a 429 against a righty, 429 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Gardenhire will get to that one. He will make the play over to first for out number 1. Here's Boa. Boa tonight is... Oops. I just did it again. Boa is 0 for 1 with a triple, but he got thrown out trying to score the Cubs' first run. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 310. And Boa's going to get frozen by the high heat for strike 3. That will be out number 2. Oop. And I just dropped my pen. Fontenot is going to come out of the game. The Cubs are going to go to the bench. Coming in to pinch hit for the Cubs will be... Got a righty on the hill. The Cubs are going to turn to... They're going to bring Tad Bosley in to pinch hit, are the Cubs. 328 average, 7 home runs, 27 RBI, and 85. Just going to note it on my score sheet. There we go. All right. Bosley will bat. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. Gooden will set, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 300 even, and Bosley is going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs here in the bottom of the 7th, or in the top of the 7th, I should say. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Feel free to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," but as usual, I won't torture you guys with my rendition of it. I will, however, take a small break. Don't forget, we still have fast score after tonight's game. Our next game will be tomorrow night. We will be crossing the country and heading over to Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California. We will stay in the senior circuit, though, with the National League, as the Atlanta Braves will take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Craig McMurtry will be going for the Braves, and Bob Welch will be going for the Dodgers. That should be a good one. Braves-Dodgers tomorrow night. Coming back to the bottom of the seventh, Cubs need a pitcher, so we'll tend to that small order of business. And coming in to pitch for the Cubs is going to be coming into... I forgot to deal with all this. Coming in to pitch for the Cubs will be Larry Sorensen. 3-7 with a 4.26 ERA, 82 1/3 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts, 24 walks, 8 home runs, and 85. He will be charged with the bottom of the Mets order. Once I get all of this updated, which I almost forgot to. Knight due to leadoff. Knight tonight is 0 for 2. Sorensen will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 593. That'll be into right field. Right fielder for the Cubs is Moreland. And that'll be a fly ball right to him. Maybe taking a couple steps to his left, but Moreland will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Here's Gardenhire. Gardenhire is 0 for 1 with a walk, but he drove in one of the first Mets run tonight. Sorensen will get the sign from Davis. He will set. He will pitch. That is a 304. And Gardenhire is going to get frozen by a slider for strike 3. That will be out number 2. Slider catches the inside corner. Gardenhire goes back talking to himself. And here's Gooden. Gooden tonight is 0 for 2. Sorensen will get the sign from Davis. He will set with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, and he will pitch. That is a 443 based on his I rating of a 3. A 443 is going to get popped up on the infield. Getting under that at first base is Durham. He will make that catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets here in the bottom of the 7th. As it remains 2-0 New York after 7. And once again, I need to go take a small break to deal with laundry. Gooden is pitching well in this one, and the Mets are going to continue to let him pitch as he's holding on to a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 8th. Leading off brings us back to the top of the Cubs order, as here's Dernier. Dernier tonight is 1 for 3. Tapping back into Digital Diamond. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he, come on, start rolling. Gooden will pitch. With a 270 against a righty, 270. Dernier is going to get frozen by the changeup for strike 3. That will be out number 1. That is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 11th strikeout by Gooden tonight. He's having a great night tonight. And here's Lopes. Lopes tonight is 2 for 2. He's been on base all 3 times, including on an error by Gardenhire way back in the 1st. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That looks like a 101 to me. Actually, we're going to re-roll the orange die since that looks somewhat cocked. That's a 106. That'll turn into a 306. And Lopes is going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3, out number 2. Gooden pitching a gem tonight. That is now his 12th strikeout, right? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that is Gooden's 12th strikeout tonight. He's having a great night tonight. 2 outs, and the batter now is Sandberg. Sandberg has 2 of those strikeouts. He's also grounded out tonight. Gooden gets the sign from Carter. He will set. He will pitch. That is a 496. Uh-oh. Righty, 496. Oh, boy. Sandberg thinks he's got a hold of one. That is deep to left field. Sandberg has got a power of a 7. Can he cut the Mets' lead in half? Sandberg is going to lift that one into left field. Going back for that one is going to be Foster. He will be back toward the track, and the ball is going to die out there as that'll fall into Foster's glove, and that will retire the side. Stadium cheers. Yay! 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs here in the top of the 8th as Gooden is continuing to dominate tonight as we get set for the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th, we'll see the top of the Mets order up. Here's Backman. Backman tonight is 2 for 3 with a single and a triple. Sorensen will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 668. That'll turn into a 678. And that's going to be a bloop single by Backman. He will get on to lead off the inning with a single. Infield will go to double play depth as Pacioretty, now the batter. Pacioretty tonight is 0 for 2. Backman not going to do anything fancy here. He will hold. Sorensen will get the sign. Actually, could they try a hit and run here to give Gooden a little bit more breathing room? No, I think we're going to just let Pacioretty swing away. Sorensen will get the sign from Davis. He will set. He will pitch. That is going to be a 604. That'll turn into a 614. And Pacioretty's going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3. That will be out number 1. Here's Hernandez. Hernandez tonight is 1 for 3. Backman will just let Hernandez swing away. Sorensen will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 391. And a 391 is going to be a base hit for Hernandez. As Backman will go to second on the play. Hernandez to first, and the Mets have something going on here in the bottom of the eighth. Here's Carter. Carter tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Fans at Shea Stadium are on their feet. Sorensen will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 256 against a righty. 256 is going to be a 566. That'll be over to Gardenhire, and that'll be a ground ball right to Gardenhire. He will turn, throw that, no, not to Gardenhire. 66 shortstop is Boa. Still be a ground ball right to Boa. He will throw that over to Durham at first. Everybody will move up, but there are 2 outs in the inning. Strawberry, now the batter. Strawberry tonight is 0 for 3. Sorensen will get the sign from Davis. He will set. He will pitch. That is a 557. That'll be over to the third baseman. Third baseman for the Cubs is Spear. And a 557, right? Yes. 557. That is going to be a base hit into left field. Backman will score. Hernandez will stay put. Backman will score. Hernandez to third. Strawberry to first. 3-0 Mets. Stadium cheers. Yay! Gooden got to be feeling mighty good about that. And here's Foster. Foster tonight is 0 for 2. He reached on an error. Sorensen will get the sign from Davis. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 215, and a 215 against a righty is going to be a ground ball over to second. Sandberg will grab that one. He will throw that over to first, and that will retire the side. 1 run on 3 hits by the Mets. Score is now 3-0 Mets after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? We are going to get some activity in the Mets bullpen just in case the Cubs do anything funny, as the Mets are going to go for the closer. They're going to get Roger McDowell warming up, although Gooden has been on tonight. Leading off the top of the 9th for the Cubs, we're looking at the middle of the order. Here's Durham. Durham tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 445 against a righty. 445. That's going to be a ground ball over to second. Backman will grab that one. He will throw that over to first. 1 out in the inning. Moreland, now the batter. Moreland tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set. He will pitch. That is a 345. And a 345 is going to be an infield single by Moreland, and this inning will continue. That'll also be the first point of pitcher fatigue against Gooden, which I will deal with that here momentarily. Infield will go to double play depth, and here's the batter now is Davis, not the guy you want with a runner on right now. He is 0 for 3. He's hit into 2 double plays tonight. Gooden hoping to finish this game. McDowell continuing to throw for the Mets just in case anything goes crazy for Gooden. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 353. And a 353 is going to be another infield single by Davis, and now the Cubs have something going on. Another point of pitcher fatigue. And the batter now is Spear. Spear tonight is 0 for 3. I think if the Cubs manage to load the bases, they are going to get the hook for Gooden. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He will set, and Gooden will pitch. That is a 5-21. That'll be over to Carter. 5-21. Spear's going to swing through a slider for strike 3. That is out number 2. Stadium cheers. Yay! And the last chance for the Cubs is going to come down to Larry Boa. Or is it? Do the Cubs have another shortstop? They do not. It's got to be Boa. Boa tonight, though. Well, Boa is actually 1 for 3, but he's got a triple. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Fans at Shea Stadium on their feet, hoping Gooden can get this game done. Gooden will get the sign from Carter. He'll look over to Moreland at second, Davis at first. Gooden will set, and he will pitch. With a 674, that'll turn into a 684. And that's going to be a base hit, and the Cubs are finally going to get on the board. Moreland will score. Davis will go to third. Boa to first. 3-1 Mets. Stadium groans. Ugh. And the Cubs, and Sorensen is going to come out of the game. The Cubs are going to go back to the bench. Coming in to pinch hit for the Cubs is going to be... Who are the Cubs going to go to? They're going to go to... The Cubs are going to go to Richie Hebner. 217 average, 3 home runs, 22 RBI, and 85. I'm going to make some notes on my score sheet. As the Mets are also going to go to the bullpen. Gooden is going to come out of the game. He's done a masterful job. Coming in to pitch for the Mets, though, once I get this to cooperate. No, that's not what I want. I want to go to this side. There we go. Coming in to pitch for the Mets once I make this cooperate. Is going to be Roger McDowell. 6-5 with 17 saves and a 2.83 ERA. 127 and a third innings pitched. 70 strikeouts, 37 walks, 9 homers in 85. Fans at Shea Stadium on their feet, hoping McDowell can finish this game. His job is to get Hebner out. 2 outs in the inning, but the Cubs have runners on the corners. McDowell will look to Carter for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. With a 225 against a lefty, 225 is going to be popped up on the infield. Getting under that at third base is going to be Knight. Fans jumping up and down. Ray puts out his glove. Blop. And the ball falls into it. That's your game. The New York Mets survive a late inning scare by the Chicago Cubs to take this game by a final score of 3-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Final line score coming up. The Doodle Diamond is being a little bit slow tonight, but not terrible. There we go. For the Mets, 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. For the Cubs, 1 run on 9 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher tonight is going to be Dwight Gooden. He'll take the win. Ray Fontenot will get the loss, and Roger McDowell will end up with the save in this one. But of course, you guys know the drill. We are not done yet because we still have to ask Fast Score how the rest of the majors fared. But as usual, I'm going to do some cleanup first. That might be the last time we see the Cubs on the board by their own accord. Let me look at the score sheets I've got lined up. And yes, wow, we only have five games left that I had selected as part of the 1985 feature game selection show. As once we get into September, we're going to start picking those games on the fly. Because at that point, I want to start featuring the pennant race in a heavier focus. So we're going to do ticker standings. So we're going to do ticker updates live, and then we'll pick the games on the fly once we get into September. It is now time to ask our friends at Fast Score how the rest of the majors fared. The Mets get a home win over the Cubs by a final score of 3-1, but the Cubs sure made it interesting in the top of the ninth. Let's see how the rest of the majors fared. August 10th, Yankees and the Red Sox. Yankees, 11:52, that is 6. Red Sox, 10:33, that is 4. And the Bronx Bombers continue to overpower their opposition by winning repeatedly. I'm going to grab my Crystal Light here. The Yankees should be clinching playoff eligibility, if not a spot, within the next couple of blocks. Brewers and the White Sox. Brewers need to get some wins, and they'll probably get this one. Brewers, 12:56, that is 7. White Sox, 11:43, that is 5. And indeed, the Brewers pick up that win. Tigers and the Indians. Tigers, 17:66, that is 12. Indians, 10:63, that is 7. And the Tigers win a shootout. Blue Jays and the Royals, a rematch of the 1991 ALDS. Blue Jays, 5:23, that is 2. Royals, 3:66, that is 8. And that's a win for Kansas City. Angels and the Twins are both 11s. Angels roll a 42, that is 5. Twins roll a 43, that is also 5. They will go to extras. California rolls a 3, plus 2 is 5. Minnesota rolls a 6, plus 2 is 8. And that's a win by the Twins in extras. The Twins need some wins as well to be relevant in this playoff picture. Athletics and the Mariners. Oakland, 15:43, that is 6. Seattle, 10:55, that is also 6. They too will go to extras. Oakland rolls a 3 plus 0. Seattle rolls a 2 plus 2 is 4. That'll be a win for the Mariners in extras. Orioles and the Rangers. Orioles, 1444, that is 5. Rangers, 831, that is 3. That's a win for the Brown Birds. Reds and the Dodgers. Cincinnati trying to stay in the NL West race and the wild card. Reds, 425, that is 2. Dodgers, 1053, that is 6. And that's a win for the Blue Bombers. Pirates and the Expos. Pirates, 442, that is 3. Expos, 1131, that is also 3. They will go to extras. Pirates roll a 4, minus 2 is 3, or minus 2 is 2. Expos roll a 3, plus 1 is 4. That'll be a win for Montreal in extras. Cardinals and the Phillies have a doubleheader. Game 1. Cardinals, 1412 is 1. Phillies, 626, that is 2. And that's a win for the Phillies in Game 1. Game 2. Cardinals, 924, that is 3. Phillies, 1266, that is 11. And the Phillies will get both of those wins. Braves and the Giants. Braves, 1021, that is 2. Giants, 1325, that is 3. And that's a win for the Giants. August 11th, Yankees and the Red Sox. Yankees, 1065, that is 9. Red Sox, 846, that is 5. And the Yankees pick up another win. Brewers and the White Sox. Brewers, 843, that is 4. White Sox, 51. 1451 is 6. And that's a win for the White Sox. Tigers and the Indians. Tigers, 1424, that is 3. Indians, 1024, that is also 3. They will go to extras. Tigers roll a 6, minus 1 is 5. Indians roll a 1, minus 3 is negative 2. That'll be a win by the Tigers in extras. Blue Jays and the Royals. Blue Jays, 923, that is 2. Royals, 813, that is 1. And the Blue Jays get that win. Angels and the Twins. Angels, 1455, that is 7. Twins, 735, that is 3. That's a win for the Angels. Athletics and the Mariners are both 14. That one's cocked. Let's see, both 14s. Athletics roll a 33, that is 4. Mariners roll a 14, that is 2. And Oakland will double up on Seattle. Orioles and the Rangers. Orioles, 1716, that is 3. Rangers, 1054, that is 6. And the Rangers will take that game. Reds and the Dodgers. Reds, 625, that is 2. Dodgers, 755, that is 5. That's a win by the Dodgers. Pirates and the Expos. Pirates, 1936, that is 6. Expos, 1032, that is 3. And the Pirates double up on the Expos. Cubs and the Mets. Cubs, 951, that is 5. Mets, 1764, that is 10. And the Mets double up on the Cubs. Cardinals and the Phillies are both 9s. Cardinals roll a 32, that is 3. Phillies roll a 51, that is 5. And the Phillies get that win. Astros and the Padres. Astros, 761, that is 6. Padres, 951, that is 5. That's a win for the Astros. Braves and the Giants are both 8s. Braves roll a 31, that is 3. Giants roll a 56, that is 6. And that's a win for the Giants. August 12th, Indians and the Orioles. Indians, 1352, that is 6. Orioles, 2354, that is 9. And that's a win for the Brownbirds. Just checking something here. Yes, okay, the Orioles did lose one. All right, Royals and the Red Sox. Royals, 942, that is 4. Red Sox, 1243, that is 5. And that's a win for the Red Sox. Yankees and the White Sox. Yankees, 1362, that is 8. White Sox, 952, that is 5. That's a win for the Yankees. Tigers and the Brewers. Tigers, 1646, that is 6. Brewers, 845, that is 5. That's a win for the Kitty Cats. Athletics and the Twins have a doubleheader. Game 1. Oakland, 715, that is 1. Minnesota, 1111, that is 0. And Oakland wins Game 1. Game 2. Athletics, 1555, that is 7. Twins, 1221, that is 2. Oakland will win both of those games. Angels and the Mariners also have a doubleheader. Game 1. Angels, 1655, that is 7. Mariners, 731, that is 3. California wins Game 1. Game 2. Angels, 1661, that is 8. Mariners, 1043, that is 5. And the Angels take both of those games. Blue Jays and the Rangers. Blue Jays, 1435, that is 5. Rangers, 242, that is 3. And that's a win for the Blue Jays. Expos and the Cubs. Expos, 1213, that is 1. Cubs, 663, that is 6. And that's a win for the Cubs. Expos picking a bad time to cool off. Braves and the Dodgers are both 9s. Braves roll a 12, that is 1. Dodgers roll a 21, that is 2. And the Dodgers get that win. Phillies and the Mets. Phillies, 615. That is 1. Mets, 1121. That is 2. And that's another win by the Mets. Reds and the Padres. Reds, 1015. That is 2. Padres, 642. That is 4. And that's a win for the Padres. Pirates and the Cardinals. Pirates, -442 is 2. Cardinals, 1522. That is 3. And the Redbirds pecked the Buccaneers into oblivion, at least in that one. August 13th, Indians and the Orioles. Indians, 1141. That is 4. Orioles, 2365. That is 12. And the Brownbirds triple up the Tribe. Royals and the Red Sox. Royals, 833. That is 3. Red Sox, 652. That is 5. And that's a win for the Red Sox. Let me just check something. Orioles didn't have any double headers, did they? 1, 2, 3. Nope. Okay. We're fine there. Yankees and the White Sox. Yankees, 1222. That is 3. White Sox, 1432. That is 4. That's a win for the White Sox. Tigers and the Brewers. Tigers, 1711 is 1. Brewers, 751. That is 5. And that's a win as the beer makers get the kitty cats drunk. Athletics and the Twins. Or actually, yeah, Athletics and the Twins. Oakland, 1421. That is 3. Minnesota, 1643. That is 6. And that's a win for Minnesota. Angels and the Mariners. Angels, 1434. That is 4. Mariners, 926. That is 3. And the Angels will win that one. Blue Jays and the Rangers. Blue Jays, 2066. That is 13. Rangers, 331. That is 2. And the Rangers beat up on the and the Blue Jays beat up on the Rangers, I should say. Other way around, Phoenix. Expos and the Cubs. Expos, 766 is 9. Cubs, 521. That is 1. And that is a badly needed win for the Expos to stop the bleeding. Braves and the Dodgers, we will see these two teams tomorrow night. Braves, 262. That is 5. Dodgers, 1156. That is 7. And that'll be a win by the Dodgers. Phillies and the Mets. Actually, yeah, Phillies and the Mets. Phillies, 932. That is 3. Mets, 1063. That is 7. And the Mets will get that win. Mets are surging a bit here. Reds and the Padres. Reds, 762. That is 6. Padres, 611 is 0. And that's a game that badly needed to belong to the Reds if you're a Cincinnati fan. Astros and the Giants. Astros, 852. That is 5. Giants, 535. That is 3, and the Astros will win that one. Last up in tonight's block, Pirates and the Cardinals. Pirates, 436, that is 3. Cardinals, 1216, that is 2. And that's a win for the Pirates. And that will do it for tonight's action in Block 31 of 1985 season ticket baseball. As I mentioned, tomorrow night we will be at Dodger Stadium as we cross the country for a National League West matchup between the Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Craig McMurtry will be going for the Braves, and Bob Welch will be on the mound for the Dodgers. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the Recipes from the World of Tolkien cookbook with the side, strawberry and lavender shortcakes. Sunday morning, we will have Sunday morning baseball as we'll continue 1985 of season ticket. The block for that game will be announced during the 7th inning stretch of Saturday's game. Wednesday next week, we will be doing a 4th quarter test of season ticket football. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone. The New York Mets get a dominant pitching performance from Dwight Gooden tonight as they manage to defeat the Chicago Cubs by a final score of 3-1. Once again, take care.